Sagar and Jetty from Breaking Points is reporting that people within the Trump administration are genuinely concerned that Israel will do something if it doesn't get its way with the US going to war with Iran on its behalf. If they are left to their own devices, what does Sagar and Jetty say that members of the Trump administration are concerned about? Take a look.
Trump has been cornered. His options as he sees them are to start a war with Iran on something like our own terms, or to be dragged into it at a time in the manner of Israel's choosing. The third option, telling Israel to fight their own war, is not on the table because he believes that if he does that, Israel will use nuclear weapons and he and members of his family will be in physical danger.
I heard something similar in terms of what Donald, I mean, look, I alluded to it earlier in our show, Crystal, is that Israel is fundamentally in control of the dynamic. When we talk about the Pentagon, with deep frustration with the United States, the deep frustration within the White House right now. And again, I'm not excusing this. I'm explaining kind of the view is, well, Israel may do it or not. And if they do it, then we're going to get sucked in. So we might as try to control the dynamic. If I had told you Israel would nuke them, like, dude, there's a serious there's a serious thought here in Washington that they actually would, that they really would use. I mean, considering what has now happened with Gaza,
and
yes,
now the gloves are off.
Like, so what, 7 countries bombed in 2 years?
Israel has a policy known as the Samson option, which means if there is any threat to the existence of Israel, they will use their nuclear weapons immediately. Okay, unhinged. We're talking about some of the most unhinged people on the planet. The Israelis have a clandestine nuclear program. They are not part of the non-proliferation treaty. So while we have these insanely high standards, I don't even want to say insanely high standards. I think the non-proliferation treaty is a good thing. I think the existence of the IAEA is a good thing. But Israel is the only nuclear power that doesn't acknowledge that they have nuclear weapons, which they do. They don't acknowledge that they stole nuclear material from the United States, which they did, and went on to build said clandestine nuclear weapons and nuclear program. But they did. And out of all the fears that were being sold about Iran potentially, maybe at some point building a nuclear weapon, we're already dealing with a nuclear power that is belligerent and unhinged. The country that's been committing genocide, the country that has struck Lebanon more than 1,000 times after agreeing to a ceasefire deal in 2024. That's the country that has nuclear weapons. And apparently that's the country the Trump administration is concerned will use those nuclear weapons if they don't get their way. That's our ally. That's our special ally. Now, look, this is hearsay, so I want you to take it for what it is. We don't have any evidence that this is what their genuine concerns are. And at the end of the day, we all know that Donald Trump is a good little whore for Israel, just like our former presidents have been. I mean, Miriam Adelson didn't give him hundreds of millions of dollars for nothing. So is it really fear of nuclear war that's discouraging Trump from doing the right thing and avoiding war with Iran? I don't know. What I do know is if you look at the behavior of Israel, if you look at how little they value human life, out of all the nuclear powers on this planet, Israel's the one to be concerned about.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.